Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to We Talk Fights. We've got UFC 328. Tomorrow it is Hamza. The co-main is Tyra and Van for the flyweight championship. And then we've got, for 185 middleweight, we've got Hamza Strickland. We've got 13 fights on this card. I will give you a pick for all 13 fights. I went 12 for 13 last week on the Perth card. If you do like my videos, do me a favor, give me a like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel. We're getting close to 100 subs, so hopefully in the next few days we'll hit the 100 and then on to the 1,000. So with that said, to kick it off, we got the kid from the lab who used to grapple here at Red Hawk, and I know Clayton Carpenter. He is fighting Jose Ochoa. I think this will be a coin flip of a fight. I think it's going to be a very competitive fight. I think either one of them can get it done, but I think Clayton has a high fight IQ, and if they come in with a good, if Ben and John come in with a good game plan, I think Clayton can get it done. I want Clayton to win, but I'm not going to tell you guys. I won't ever tell you guys. I'll tell you who I want to win, but if I'm telling you my pick, I'm giving you an educated guess on who I think will win the fight. With that said, we're going Clayton Carpenter. So next we've got, I think it's a no-brainer, this next one. Bisinger Susakaev, Hamzat's boy against Jordan Dos Santos. I think we get a sub or a finish probably late in the second round by Susakaev. And third fight of the night is Pat Sabatini, William Gomez, your atypical grappler striker affair. And I think Sabatini's wrestling is good enough to use his jiu-jitsu to get it to the ground. And I don't know if he'll finish Gomez, but I think he will win the fight. It wouldn't surprise me if he gets a sub either. Next, we've got Roman Kopylov against Marco Tulio. Marco Tulio is the one that kept Pereira's boy out of the UFC for a while in the Dana White Contender Series. He beat Yusel Bargari. I think Yusel is a much tougher fight than Roman Kopylov, so with that said, I'm going Marco Tulio. Next, we've got the two old vets. We've got Jim Miller, who's trying to make it to 50 fights, and I believe this is his 47th or 48th against Jared Flash Gordon. I just think Jim's a little past his prime, and I think Jared gets it done. I have a lot of respect for Jared. Him and I have messaged each other on Instagram, and I think he's had a couple bad breaks recently, but I think Jared gets it done in this one. Next, we've got Grant Dawson against Mateos Rebecki. I think Grant is all around, he's probably a better fighter, but with that said, I'm going Rebecki because I think Grant is chinny, and we saw Mateos rock Chris Duncan, and Chris ended up coming back and winning that fight, but with Grant being a little bit chinny, I think Mateos can get it done, and I'm going Rebecki on that one. All right, we're about halfway through the card, and next we've got Joel Alvarez against, let me see if I can get this right, Yaroslav Amersov. I think Amersov's grappling is better than Alvarez. I think if it was a stand-up fight, Joel would win the fight. Joel is now up to 170 from 55, and I'm going to take Amersov on this one. Next, I think this is the biggest favorite on the card is Atiba Gauthier. I don't think he's as good as everybody believes him to be, and I think minus 1,000 or whatever he is absolutely insane. I think it'll be a little bit closer fight than that, than a 10-1 favorite should be. As far as I'm concerned, if you're minus 1,000, you should finish your opponent in the first minute of the fight. But I think Gauthier does get it done. I think he beats Ozzy Diaz. Next, we've got, I guess his name's King Green now. It used to be Bobby Green. King Bobby Green. I don't know. Bobby King Green. He's fighting Jeremy Stevens, Little Heathen. I don't think Little Heathen, but I think bare knuckle is more his style. I think he should have stayed in bare knuckle. I don't think he's a quality of MMA fighter that the most UFC fighters are. And I think Bobby will piece him up on the feet and he'll get it done. Next, we've got Sean Brady against Joaquin Buckley. If Buckley can use his defensive wrestling to keep it on the feet, I don't think Brady's that great of a wrestler. I think he's great at jiu-jitsu, but I don't think he's that great of a wrestler. And if Buckley can keep it on the feet, I think he can piece Brady up. And I'm going to go ahead and take Joaquin Buckley on this one. Next, we've got Alexander Volkov against Waldo Cortez Acosta. If you guys saw the Cyril Gane Volkov fight, it was very competitive. It was a split decision. I had a 29-28 Volkov. I thought he won that fight. I thought he got robbed. He lost a split decision, but I thought he got robbed on that one. It was close, but I mean, I thought it was clear 29-28, even though all 3 rounds were close. I think the judges, 2 of the judges got it wrong. And I think if we can see, I know Volkov is, I think, 37, almost 38, something like that. I think if we see the best Volkov, these bigger guys can fight longer in age. They can fight a little older than the smaller guys. They don't lose that fast twitch as quickly as the flyweights, the bantamweights, the featherweights do. But I think if we see the best of Volkov, I think he beats Waldo. So we're going to take Volkov. Next, we've got, this is one of my locks of the night, guys. I think we see Anu. I think there's just a big difference in grappling here in the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu. I think Tyra beats Joshua Van and takes his belt. We see Anu in the flyweight division. With that said, we're here at the last final fight of the evening. We've got the main event. We've got Khamzat Chimaev against Sean Strickland, the great American hope. And this is one where I'll tell you, I would love to see, I want Sean Strickland to win this fight, but I just don't see him getting it done. And I mean, if you do MMA math, that looks like a slaughter. I think it's going to be a lot closer and a lot more competitive than that. I think Sean will be able to pop up a lot quicker than DDP did. I don't think he's just going to lay and prey on him for 25 minutes like he did, or 23 minutes or whatever he did last time against DDP. I think it will be more competitive, but I think Khamzat wins a decision. I think it will be somewhat of a boring fight, but unfortunately, I think Khamzat gets it done. So with that said, like I said, do me a favor, like and subscribe. And if you're going to bet responsibly. You guys have fun. UFC 328. Let's go.